How's everybody doing this morning on a glorious Friday after I'm just waking up, so I hope everybody's doing very well. Today I pulled up some Rofi stuff. We're going to be kind of making the taskbar, top bar, power bar, all that stuff today. Should be good. We didn't get much done on Tuesday. We just had a lot of chat, so that was fun. Hopefully I don't sound like a chipmunk to this time too. That was a fantastic start. I watched that back and I was like, that is too great. I should have just kept it on that. If I was really on it, I would have totally just started singing a chipmunk song. That would have been great. How's everybody doing? We got Florida in the house, India, oh my gosh, Portugal. How's it going all? Hope you ate breakfast this time. I mean, I had coffee. I'm not a big breakfast person, man. Just not. Using some old PNGs for that. Yeah, that was an old. I hate headshots. Like the whole having a pose for a thumbnail. I'm so like out of it to where I just grab old stuff nowadays. Or sometimes I can get like a freeze frame from the actual video. I'll do that, but I'm failing in that regard. I just, need to up my YouTube game and get back to that. But man, it's weird. It's just weird doing it. Not my favorite for sure. What's the deadline on this project? Can't wait to try. Probably at least get like a first draft done before Christmas. I did wipe out my laptop, and I wanted to see how few packages I could get. Now, Debian typically has a lot more packages than an Arch. So if you're running like a NeoFetch on an Arch, usually Arch systems have like half, because Debian has a lot more dependencies and a little bit more in the system. But also Debian's a little more stable. So that's kind of just, they're structured different. But I rewiped my laptop, put vanilla Debian on it, and built it from scratch with no desktop environment or anything as a base. And I had it right around 1,000 packages on a Debian machine, which is pretty lightweight. So it's going really well. And that was with all the brightness, power save, 32-bit libraries. There's a lot of stuff in that 1,000 packages where most people, heck, I don't even think a DE exists that comes in under 1,000 packages installed on Debian. So pretty cool. Yeah, it's how you handle the packages, and the whole purpose of this project is to get that minimalism when it comes to using it. Because where people go wrong, where I think most distributions and everyone in Linux goes wrong, is they just start adding too much stuff. And then, yes, you get the features of a lot of stuff, but the thing that makes Linux so powerful is its stability, right? Well, you kind of remove the stability when you go and start tacking on a whole bunch of crap. And that's the thing, is Linux's true strength lies in the server and the CLI. So that's kind of why I'm making it the way I am. So yeah, keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS. That's a great principle. Let's just jump right into it today. I don't see too much in chat, so let's actually get something done. That's kind of my thought. Next week, I won't have any live streams. I just want to point that out because of the Thanksgiving holiday. Obviously, I got a lot of stuff going on that I'm just not going to be able to live stream next week, but I'll be back to it the week after for sure. First off, we just kind of tinkering around with this application menu. This just kind of gives you a little bit of everything. You can see Rofi has a lot of options. The first thing, though, we want consistency. The one thing I see distros fail at, too, is consistency. Obviously, we want either a sidebar, full screen, which we're not going to do full screen. I'm not even going to give you the option. We could do sidebar. We could do just a pop-up right here. Right now, I'm using like a combo menu a little bit too with the hotkeys. And then we also need to address our power menu, because the power menu needs to be refined a bit as well and get this Nord theme kind of universal. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our Nord theme, which I believe is just this file. Nope. This is the Rofi theme right here. And what we're going to do is just grab this one file. I'm just going to grab the raw file. And we're going to just go right here. I think I was doing something on Linux Gaming there. And we're just going to go into our config, Rofi. And we're just going to wget this guy. So we got our Rofi right here. Now we just edit our config file. And the theme, which we need, I believe we can just come in. I should have probably put it in the comment section up here. But hey, Sam, thanks for the super chat. Last night, Tom Lawrence vlog, he said he'd like to have you on it. Oh, yeah, man. I love Tom. I would totally... I'll reach out to him. I got him on... We're on Twitter together. The tweets. I'll tweet at him. Or I'll DM him. I've talked to him in DMs before. So, yeah, no. I'd love to jump on Tom's show. Rofi.theme norm Nord. So with that, just add this line. Seems easy enough. So we're just gonna come down and add a line and put this in. Let's get that syntax just a little bit cleaner, right? So now we have a different themed out Rofi. Let's see what that looks like now. Let's go here and parsing theme. What are we missing? Bracket open, proper. Ow, I missed a separator. My bad. So, at the end of the line, should have just done, what is that, a semicolon? Yeah. Let's see. I don't think I need a reload, I think. No. Syntax. Yeah, maybe I do need a reload. Let's reload just again. Come on. Reload. Reload? There we go. Why does everyone love Nord? I don't know. I mean, I've always just liked the aesthetic. I'm kind of a minimal kind of guy. And I know to some people they like the more vibrant colors, like your sweet and all that type of thing, but it's just too flashy for me. I don't really like the flashiness of a lot of stuff, so that's why Nord is my jam. Yeah. And I do have a video coming out soon. I recorded some yesterday, and I do talk about Linux gaming. I don't think many people are going to be happy with me with what I say there, but at the same time, it's something that I think people need to hear. So stay tuned. That's probably going to be like next week's video. But yeah, there's some stuff. I like to temper expectations. The biggest thing, and just to kind of quote part of that video, is where Linux fails the most is over-promising and under-delivering. The user experience most times in the Linux realm is terrible. It just kind of goes with the territory. So what I try to do is kind of temper expectations for those coming from Windows to under-promise and say, hey, you're going to have problems with probably this, and this. So they have that expectation. So then when things do go right, they're like pleasantly surprised. And that's a big difference and a shift that I like to see in the Linux community, and something that I try and talk about to give more of a realistic point of view. But with the said, the dislike button's removed, so we can pretty much do whatever we want now. Oh, man, I can't believe they removed that dislike button, by the way. I tell you. So that is in there, but I don't think that reloaded. Nah. All right. Line 6, column 7. Line 6, column 8. It might have been a spacing issue. I think it's a spacing issue, guys. Yeah, so the dislike button's like there, but if you click it, it doesn't really do anything. It's kind of like, for some people, depending on where you're at, in what region, it's still showing a counter, but sometimes it's not. So for here in the States, I think they've already rolled it out. Mine's pretty much disappeared for the counter. I'm not a big fan of the change. To me, it's like, that's kind of silly. I mean... you're going to hear all kinds of stuff when it comes to YouTube. You can't put up with a little bit of hate or a dislike button. I mean, really? Come on. Let's see. I think that's... let's just remove the spaces and see what happens. I feel like we don't need to separate this out. I don't think that's going to do it, but let's see. Oh no, the dislikes jumped to 4. I'm so scared. Yeah, so the funny thing about YouTube, and why I'm always like, it doesn't really matter about likes and dislikes, as long as you press one of them. That's all I care about. Like, the worst, like I always tell people, the worst thing you can do is make a video where people are like, I don't really like it, I don't really dislike it. What you really want for any kind of media is just to have someone feel something about what you make. So if I make you angry or I make you happy, I'm doing my job. If I make you feel nothing, I'm failing. So that's the big thing, because the funny part about how YouTube works, and I don't think very many people understand this, I don't think it's really even talked about very much, but by clicking the dislike button, YouTube's going to show more of my videos to you. Yeah. How's that for messed up? But it's true, because that dislike, it counts as a form of engagement. It means you're engaging with the content, meaning you're going to probably stay on the platform longer, meaning they're going to probably recommend me again to you. So disliking everything is not what you want to do. If you don't like content, or you just don't want to see the same content, and you have tried to like block it, by all means, don't engage. Like, the more you comment, the more you chat, the more you engage with a creator, that is going to feed more of that to you. And that's just how the platform works. That's just how social media works, really. And so when I see people like leaving negative comments or leaving a negative dislike, you got to appreciate that. They're like, that's kind of funny. They're going to show more stuff to you. That's the beauty of it. Let's see. Maybe let's put this in quotes. Maybe. Let's see. Nord. I don't feel like that's it. I don't think that'll do it, but I don't feel like that's right. What we'll do is we'll grab an example after this and see what we're at. Yeah, I didn't think that would do it. Invalid property name, expecting bracket open, or property separator. Line 6. Okay, let me go back. Give it the old college try. Go back. Line 6. So this is not showing properly. Maybe it shouldn't be a dot here. Maybe Rofi dot theme, like dash theme, maybe. Let's get rid of those quotes. I don't think those are needed. I feel like it's just like so close. Maybe the project itself gave the wrong syntax. Let's see. Yeah, invalid property value. Line 6, column 14. All right, let's so we have this. Let's take a peek at someone else's Rofi real fast. Should just be theme, maybe. Config. My theme. Place the theme in your config. Theme there. Andre, thanks so much for the super chat. And Bergs. Berg says, thank you very much for Arch Titus. It's my first go-to at Linux, only OS on a new AMD machine. Awesome, man. Expect to tinker with this as soon as you're done creating it. Yeah, this will be a fun one. This will be Debian-based, and it's just taken a long time, mainly because window managers are typically made with Arch in mind. And nobody's kind of crazy enough to do a window manager so much in Debian. At least usually they'll have like another DE to fall back on. And it's some of the tools just aren't there where they're a little more baked in Arch. So that's why this has taken a little bit. So that's kind of funny. Andre, I was wondering what your monitor resolution and size is. 1080p seems to be the sweet spot. But as a dev hobbyist used to 4K, it's hard to go back. I hear you. I do all 1080p on all my systems. So everything's built with 1080p in mind. And I'm using kind of archaic monitors too. Sadly, I am cheap and I don't like to go with good monitors. So all my monitors are crap. I mean, they're pretty bad. This chat monitor is actually the highest, best one I have. It's an ultra wide. I think it's like a 2560 by 1080, but flipped on its edge so I could read chat. And that's 75 hertz. And that's actually nice, but everything else is like, wow, 6-year-old monitors running 60 hertz at 1080p. So I'm living in the past. Yeah, top bar. Or it could just be theme too. That's one thing we could do from the config. There's this icon theme, that's fine. Overriding default. I think this should actually be, then replace it with theme. I think this is the actual syntax. I think the value of that property in the config.rsi, it's just that project gave me the wrong thing, I think. So I think honestly that should get me there. Let's see. We need to, let's reload. And now we're going column 9 to column 20. Line 6. Interesting. Let's see what's happening here. Just not liking that. We might be able to change this up a bit now that I'm thinking about it. Let's look at a couple examples. Like I said, when you have problems like this, let's look at some Rofi config examples. There's plenty, I'm sure, all over GitHub we could take a peek at. Let's see. My Rofi started right here. This guy's got a bunch of options. I guess we could just go theme, really, and just pipe it through when we launch Rofi too. So there's a couple different ways to fix this. Let's see what the old Arch Wiki's saying for the configuration. See, this is how most people have, I think it's quoted with just theme in the actual config right here. I think that'll work. Let's see what we have with this. Might change the font up too once we get going. All right, so we have theme. I think we're really close, but I think we just need to fix some of the spacing. Still not quite there with the, let's just do that. And reload. Oh, Endeavor OS is Rofi config. Yeah, I'll check that out next. There we go. All right, so now we have the Nord-based theme. This is looking good. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I don't think we want to go quite. So, what do you guys? What's everybody's opinion on like this versus like a pop-up like that? I kind of like seeing what's here, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of like torn. I think we need to say, hey, this is everything that's open right now, and yeah, let's work on that some. Let's look at some options in Rofi that we can do. Yeah, the benefits of a window manager, that's a good question. It's mainly just ease of switching between your stuff. So like if I wanted to, let's say, open up something here, whatever it might be, let's say, what are we going to do? We could do, let's say I wanted to open up an image editor like GIMP. It'll actually switch to like Workspace 8, which it's highlighted up here at the top as yellow. That's the active window. But let's say I wanted to look at my launches and startup. This is like Synergy, some variety for wallpaper. The little chat icon is my Discord. This I kind of put like some dev stuff in. Usually I might like put an image editor over here. So if I wanted to do like code or VS Code. Do I have a VS Code in here? Or maybe Codium. Do I have Codium? Yeah, Codium. Couldn't remember what I installed. So if I wanted to do like a VS Code with some extensions, I could just throw that here. And then usually my little gamepad, I toss like Moonlight in here, which I don't think Moonlight's properly reading on this Rofi command. But if I do Moonlight like this, it pulls up just fine. And then I usually can just pipe right into my little Windows box to play some games. And then my browser's obviously Workspace 1. So you can assign workspaces, but you can also kind of have them floating saying, hey, you don't have to launch this app here. But it just depends on what you're doing. And you know what? Let's just open up on this one. Usually I like to pull in like BSP. We'll be working with some of this config and looking at it. I've been kind of tinkering around with how this works. Mainly because I wanted to write a script. Right here when Discord launches, sometimes when I start my computer and it's launched for the very first time, Discord won't get put into Workspace 6, and I have some artificial delays. This is a pretty hacky way of doing things. So I'm going to probably change this around to make like a script to actually ping like 1.1.1.1, which is Cloudflare's DNS server. And then once it gets a response from Cloudflare saying, yes, I'm on the internet, then launch Discord. And then I know I can put a delay of, I don't need this do while loop at all. But then I put a delay of like 2 seconds or whatever it is. Is this do while loop right here is just waiting for the ID of the process to start. But what happens with Discord is if you don't have internet and it launches, it'll just sit there and keep retrying. So all these delays get kind of thrown off. And that's one way to fix. So that's one thing. GIMP, as far as assigning specific applications to specific workspaces, this is how you do it. These rules kind of say, hey, this is where you should put each one. Discord actually should be in 6. Synergy, I think I should put that in desktop 9, I believe. And yeah, that's pretty good. Trust this window. Okay. Restricted is intended for safe code browsing. Trust. Okay. All right, so let's fix our Rofi menu. This is what the pop-up is now. Looks pretty good. I kind of like this. Kind of gives me a good listing of everything I have launched right now. And then you can just type in whatever you want to launch. So like gedit. it would just type in gedit and pull that up. So it's like a very powerful spotlight from Mac. I think Windows is introducing this same feature as well. Yeah, so this wallpaper is kind of a placeholder too. I was going to do a custom graphic design for this. I'm going to see if I can't maybe redo my logo too. It's probably time for a refresh a little bit, but I like my logo for the most part. So it was actually made by one of the original people that watched me. He was actually local to here. I think his name was John Turner, and I actually met up with him. It was cool. He was a really good dude. Remove shadows. I could, yeah. Some of those shadows. I'm looking. Yeah, we can change the PyCom config. It's just my compositor. I don't have a link for this wallpaper. I think I just grabbed it. I think it was just like, gray wallpaper, please. And then I just wanted to maybe do like a subtle logo or something like that. I don't know. I'll work on that later. I don't really care too much about that. Kind of making my own distro. Kind of. Not really, though. Oops. Let's go here. All right. So let's come back to our... We'll actually grab Polybar in here, too. I think Tuesday I was mainly in Vim. Sometimes I like to just kind of flip-flop back and forth. I know, I'm weird. Kind of a cool extension too, guys, if you ever do any bash scripting. I was talking to a dev about this, and he said, get shell check. So if you've never used shell check, I think I have it installed. Let's see. Yeah, it's already installed. But you can actually grab a little extension. Where's extensions? And then just do shell check. Yeah. Not very many people use shell check, but it's a pretty cool deal. If you're writing bash scripts or things like that, which all BSPWM, which is the base of this, is all based in bash scripting. So what we can do is do that. Once this installs, there we go. Come back to here. And then I think we can just run. Let's see, is there a check? I've never used shell check in here. But, yeah, anyways. It doesn't look like shell check's working. Might need to reload. Let's try it. If this doesn't work, then I'm just gonna use Vim. I like the shell check. Forget it. I'm gonna use Vim. I gave it a shot. Let's go. I think it's just Neo Make, right? Is there Neo? Yeah, I think it's Neo Make. Can't remember. Maybe it's Neo Make Enable. Yeah, it is enabled. Oh well. Moving on. All right. What are we looking for here? I think we're looking for Rofi. So here's our Rofi launcher. It's grabbing this shell script and running it. So when we click right here, it does this. Now, right now, that launcher is doing all kinds of wackiness. As you see, we can get kind of a bunch of different launchers depending on what's happening. So let's take a peek at this file as well, which we can just pull up we can use this menu. We'll just grab that launcher. And this is where we're going to change this. We'll just do Nord for the theme. Directory, dark, light. We want dark for sure. And I want to say this is actually doing a randomization. And if we look, comment these lines out to disable style. Yes, let's comment those out. And Rofi, no grab. Just show D-run. We might do a combi menu that actually pulls in a lot of the other stuff as well, such as what's running. John, thanks for joining. Yeah, Vim it's unique. I'm not very good with Vim just yet, but I'm getting there, man. It's just taking a little bit. All right, let's just take a look here at our themes a little bit. So there's colorful. Let's take a look at the themes of colorful. Got colors. What do we got? So if we click it now. Oh, no Nord RSI. Okay, that's fine. Let's go. Oops. I went too far. All right. Polybar scripts. This is Polybar. We need Rofi. Let's look at Polybar, and I think this what I grabbed here was a Polybar or Rofi launcher. I can't remember where I grabbed these. I think it was a project. Rofi themes. Let's pull up regular Rofi. This is the main project. I had to build this out for Debian too. The latest Iggy release isn't available in any Debian repo that I could find. No, right now I'm just kind of, this is my daily driver right now. I'm just trying to make it more user-friendly for folks because there'd be like 0.1% of the population that could probably use this as a daily driver. Hell, I even have problems sometimes. I think the other day I was trying to connect to Wi-Fi and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to build a Wi-Fi module. That was interesting. I was like, oh, great. Let's see. I know I have Network Manager installed, so I could use NMCLI and pound around until I got that going. Ugh. All right, let's see. What is happening? Where to grab a Rofi? You know, let's just look up and look at Rofi themes. Let's find something that people will like. That I like too. Like here's a good collection of themes. We already grabbed the Nord, which the Nord looks like this. I kind of dig it, but we can do better. This is official themes repository. Official themes, let's see. Pop, Arc Dark. That would probably be close to what we have. Arc Dark's very close to a Nordic look. Groovebox, D menu. So here's some of the themes. Nothing, a little rough around the edges if you ask me. And yeah, it looks a little too archaic for my taste. Let's go user themes. Users. Let's see what they come up with. That one's kind of nice. I like the side tab approach. You can look at it, execute active in window. So you could actually, I like that. That's a good idea. So then if you want to know like, hey, what's open, you could go into window. Or if you just wanted to run a command, you could stay in active. That's an idea. Side tab, we'll remember that. Got a standard material theme. One dark. I do like one dark. I think that's actually my Vim config. Slate. I like slate. That's a good look. That would blend well with our current theme. See? Flamingo. All right. I think we do a combo between taking the style of slate, which I like, and then where's that one tab? And then the side tab. So I think we take side tab with a lot of theming coming from slate and go from there. I think we're going to blow out all these other launchers and just install what we want. Yeah, usually you need a semicolon for the last attribute. Yeah, well, the idea with a lot of this too, and I've said it bunch of times, but I'll say it again. Minimal OS, to where there's nothing to break because there is no desktop environment. you have a 20 meg window manager running. So like when you look at resources used, it's what? Well, we got 4 gigs used. Actually, that's not a very good example. We're gonna get out of that. What do I have running? Oh, I have a whole bunch of stuff running though. Yeah, I have Discord, Synergy, GIMP, Variety. Yeah, I got Brave. All right, well, you know, whatever. So 4 gigs with all that running, I guess, isn't that bad. So we want a side tab. And I think it was just regular side tab right here. This RASI file. Let's grab it. And we're gonna go raw file. From the raw file, we're gonna grab it into our... I think we're just gonna come back. We'll work on this a little bit more. The launchers, I'm gonna flush it. I'm just gonna flush the entire launchers directory. There's no reason. Like I said, when in doubt, let's just delete it. Just best practice. All right, so we got side tab, RASI, and then probably changing some of this around. Specifically, I want to get slate probably. And the slate theming, I like the background border color and text color. Let's grab that. And then we're just gonna make like a little bit of a Frankenstein side tab. So let's come down. And then, let's come back over here. All right, background color, delete. Text color, delete. Selection. Yeah, we'll see how this looks. That select act in URGBG and WinBG, probably not what we want. Let's see what selection. Does it have a selection when you're coming through here with slate? Slate's pretty minimal though. Ah, here it is. Selected color. So we want to change it to that right there. Is there any other selections we need to look at? I think that's pretty good. All right. And we'll just delete this. Toss that guy in there. I'm not sure on ActBG as well. Probably want to switch all these around. I'm thinking because of the side tab itself. Let's just insert this tab over. Maybe not. I want her to be uniform, but not if it's going to do that. And we're just going to make a little more uniformity. Like that. Put that there. That should pretty much get a good slate background in there. So we'll have activate, it's running drun, executes running run, window shows active windows as well. So that should be good. Anything else in here? I like how they coded this specific, the side tabs coded really well so we can theme it out. I like how they did variables, so that's pretty much everything's configured right at the beginning. Thanks, dead guy. All right, so side tab looks to be there. Now we just need to activate that side tab when something's run. Yeah. So I'm not an artist, never have been, never pretended to be one. I'm a technician first and foremost. So a lot of this design is me looking at an artist, and then I'll tell you, I'll give credits to everybody that this is, and then just taking elements from everybody else's artwork. So the top bar up here, the very top, is from Barbarossa, that made the Genome Project. It's the highest rated rice of any Linux rice in the history of Reddit. So I'm taking a lot of inspiration from him. The Rofi theme, you saw kind of how I carved that up. I was like, hey, I like how this interface is designed, not necessarily the colors and stuff, but I like the colors of like Slate and Nord. So we want to make sure that jives. So that's how I'm able to take an interface and then take some of the colors and put that in there to make it good. But now we need to actually fix our launch here because I deleted all the launchers. And if we look, I think since I deleted the SH file, I don't even know how to launch Rofi now. I think we have those. And if we look at configuring, I like to go to the original configuration from the project itself, right from the horse's mouth, so to speak, and just look at what a basic config would look like and see how they're pulling in whatever it is they're doing. Usually, show icons, list. These will be set when we go to launch our side tab, our modified side tab. So that's not that big a deal. So we import the config, and then we theme it out with just an @theme at the end. I think we can just do that. A good example of this, I've actually done another project. It's a little old now. I used Titus Pi for this project, but it was very, very cool. Was Titus Awesome. This is what I based my Raspberry Pi spin off of. And what I did here, if we look into the, I think it's the config. Where did I put Rofi? Did I put Rofi here? I did not. Where did I put you? Layout, maybe. Nope. Theme, probably. Yeah, here we go. There's sidebar and config. So what I did here, then you just import this at the end. So you do some of the theming here, but then we can just do an import and then pull from here. This is actually improper. Let me fix this. Because you guys, this is, noob Titus coded this. It's funny, like you go back like a year or two, and since I just started messing around with like Linux desktop design, like this is like brand new, just taking others, like forking a project and then working on it. But now I'm like looking back at some of my stuff. I'm like, oh, that's terrible. Let me fix this project. People are going to have all kinds of problems with that. So this is the format we need to follow right here. And we'll just copy this first part. And come back to here. Let's config that. And I think we can just do an import config Rofi / and then I think it was side tab.rasi. I think that was it, right? RASI. Yeah, there we go. Pretty good. And we forgot a quote at the end here, didn't we? Let's just append a quote. Save that out. All right, so now we've done side tab. Does this... Oh... What? Ah, okay. Opening theme home. Oh, maybe. Weird. Okay, well. Apparently, we'll just delete this. Let's see. Yeah. That's the ticket. But I don't like that. That's not our side tab. I think we need to change this a little further. Let's go. All right. Oh, that border. Whoa. So we got window, execute, and then yeah. What happens when I... Okay, that's the combi menu. SSH. All right, let's... Ugh, this is some hideous stuff. And then our selection looks off, too. It is completely gone. Oh, all right. So I wired it directly into the motherboard. I was using the 2.5 gigahertz off Amazon. Let me see if a stream came back up. Still not. Still doesn't show that it's up. Oh, it's back. All right, good stuff. Man, well, that was some crazy stuff. I've never had a network card just die on me, although it was like the cheapest 2.5 you could get. So I guess that's, yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. That's, what a bummer. Oh, yeah, because it's not reading even a cable plugged in right now, and it's plugged in, but oh well. I'll just buy a proper card. I shouldn't have done it that way anyways. I should have not cheaped out on my network card. It's my fault. It's my fault completely, 100% on that one. Got the better of me. Oops. Am I not down? Oh, ooh, yeah. Let's come down here. There we go. Apply. And we're back. Woo, doggies, I tell you. Well, we're just going to run at 1 gig. 2.5's dead. Oh, man. Let's see if it comes back on. Hopefully, let me disable that actually in the stream PC before we get going again. Because I don't know what happened with that card. Let's just disable it. And I'll just buy a new network card. That was bonkers. Oh, thanks so much for the super chat there, Sleepy. Oh, man. I'll use your donation to help buy a new card. I'm going to go with a $100 regular SFP fiber card and just do it right. It could be overheating, but 2.5 usually runs at a low temp. And typically if it's overheating, it'll start flapping. The port will actually turn off and come back, go off, turn back. But now that I'm looking at it, I replaced my switch and everything this past week. Maybe it was this card on this machine all along. Could have been. It probably was. Yeah. Oh, well. Such is life. Moving on. Let's see here. I was also checking out my ports there, but it wasn't anything from there. You ever drink coffee? All the time, man. Every morning. I don't ever drink it past noon, though. I get too jittery and I can't sleep if I drink it past noon. So yeah, I fixed it by using the built-in motherboard. Ethernet. So the PCIe 2.5 card just became completely unresponsive, and it showed nothing was connected to it. I was like, okay, well, that thing was really cheap. And now that I think about it, guys, when I was building that machine out, I think I even mentioned that, hey, this card looks a little rough around the edges. It looked like it had already been used and returned. Yeah, well, that's what you get from ordering from Amazon. Or buying a cheap, no-name product from Amazon. Let's say that much. All right, back to it. Oh, yeah, I need to switch my PFSense over. Oh, yeah, right here. Arm cut off. Yeah. It's just... the camera's like a foot away from me, and my green screen's like another foot away from me. We're dealing with like 1 meter for you, those in the Euro. We got about 3 feet here that I'm dealing with between the camera and the green screen. We're in a very tight space, so there's only so much I can do with that. If I could move my camera away a little further, then well, I probably could do a little more. But I might be able to do something sometime. Maybe build like a platform off the back, or I don't know, move that camera away a little bit more, and I'd have a bit more space too on the green screen. Yeah, sometimes, so if it ever interrupts, guys, you have to refresh your browsers. It's a bug in YouTube to where your browser will downgrade the stream. So a lot of times you have to refresh, and it should fix any pixelness. So that's fine. Now let's see. This is what it's doing. And the selection, I think we go pretty dark with that. Let's reload, and then we'll fix our border too. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. So this is what it's doing now. Looks okay. Borders, junk. That's garbage. Going right to a combi menu. Also not great. What's this menu give me? Nothing. Okay. So this is just that. So let's fix that portion. What were we doing here? Oh, this is where I was actually coding it. All right. Let's just go probably like that. And we'll fix it. And selection. And I think we'll do this for the rest of it. Let's just copy that. I think I can just paste right over it, right? Nah, no. That'd have been nice. And this is where I'm not great with Vim. Let's go yank. And then delete, put. Ah, so close. Okay. Let's go visual. And then we can go yank. Kim, thanks so much for the super chat. Go buy a new network card. I will. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Ah, jeez. All right, let's... I need to work on my Vim config is what this tells me. Whatever. Let's just do it old school. All right. Let's go win background. Border color... I think what we do is we go, where's the border defined at? I don't I think we can just get rid of the border. We have border in here. Let's go. Border. Yeah, here we go. I think what we do, switch this to maybe a 1. And then we're going to go pretty dark with that border background. We'll probably go like a 1. Let's go back to here. Border color. And this is where we go probably 1s. Yeah, I tried yanking and pasting with Y and P, but just wasn't doing it. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, man. All right, so now does not look like it's reading that again. Let's reload. And let's see. Yeah, no, it still didn't grab it. Maybe I'm doing a custom theme. Let's take a look at the run command I'm using through our hotkeys. So Rofi is the menu we're using. Polybar is the top bar. BSPWM is the window manager, but then we actually have hotkeys that I'm pressing on my keyboard to do things as well. And that is under, let's just go back a directory, something called SXHKD. And we usually just, let's just vim that. Why is wine key in here? We can remove that. Let's vim that. All right, so this is the show combi. And I want to say if we just do Rofi. And what's the reload? Super escape. Super escape. And then when we do Rofi. I didn't show it. We probably want to just do it to D-run for this then. So for the options here, let's just show D-run. I think would get us there. So reload. And this is a little too dark now. I like kind of the background though. I think what we could do is just make the text, when it highlights the text, to be very bright. So probably like a shade of, I'm thinking like zeros, or not zeros, but probably A's or B's. And that should be good. And getting rid of this border. We're just going to delete the border altogether. Let's come over here. Let's grab a new one. We'll put in workspace 5, we're going to go ahead and put not polybar, but Rofi and side tab. So that's our side tab. This one will work on other stuff. We'll leave side tab up here because we're going to have to be reloading this a bunch. Yeah, I also could make it smaller to not cover polybar. I agree with that. We can do a padding, top padding as well. So active, BG, urgent. So where's the text color? So when it's selected, text color, active, foreground, text color. Looks like text color is always going to be that 8CA, which should be fine. So when we look, but on activate, it does not grab that text color. Let's take a peek here. Margin. We can do top margin there to give that so it won't cover polybar. We'll need to fix that. Button selected. Input bar. Selected. So the text color is selected urgent foreground, selected normal foreground. So let's come back here. So this is background color, background color. This seems off. The foreground, I don't think should be... WinBG, WinBG. I'm looking at what... Strange. So the background's fine. I like the look of that. It's just the foreground that we're having problems with. Thinking just WinBG. This is weird. Why is the selected urgent to background color? That doesn't make much sense, because then when you look at it, I kind of got what they're going for here, but this really should just be WinBG. It's gonna, if this ever happens, it's not gonna show properly. And then, all right. So then we just fix WinBG, which really, that should be named something different, because this is really text. Let's just go AAA. Does that automatically change? Yeah. So that's... I think we go a little bit brighter, right? It's coming along though. Getting rid of that border is the next thing too. Where's border? Oh, yeah, yeah. Look at that. Let's get rid of the border. Let's just go next. Border. This should be 0. Well, this is selected normal, actually. Is there any other border? Yeah, selected normal has a little bit of a border, which is fine. That's just a selected element. It's not the actual border background. Maybe that's somewhere else in here. Let's look. Bold for selected text. It's not a bad idea. So he's selecting the color, but for selection, I think we could do... Just looking. Show icons, show sidebar. Win, execute window, okay. Show icons, yes. Then we need to still add that top padding. Some of this is not grabbing in though. Like hide scroll bar, it's actually showing a scroll bar there. So that's telling me, yeah, so I don't like that. All right, we need to fix that. Input bar. Huh. Oh yeah, thanks, Smug. I got a bunch of broken links that on a lot of my stuff. I just haven't had the time to go back and fix it yet. Let's take a look. Maybe there's something in the .config rofi. So if I'm looking here, got an idea. All right. This is the polybar. What we're gonna do here is actually, let's just do this. We're gonna simplify that. So then when we reload that, it won't matter if you press the hotkey or just push the little button here. We probably should change the theming of this, but it'll just grab that up. Next, we need to fix the padding too. I want to take the layout of this and change it up a hair. Let's just, on this, take Codium for this one instead of Vim, because I want to compare two files. And I don't have that set up on Vim yet for the comparison. Probably could do... Well... see. All right, so this is the polybar config. We just changed that around to be pretty much what we see out of here. This is fine, but let's just open a new file. Actually, you know what? Sometimes I like to just come into here. Oh, this is from last stream. Let's get rid of some of this garbage. Yeah, that's fine. And we're gonna grab a Rofi. I think I'm gonna leave all that just how it is. I do need to add the network manager in there for those that use this on a laptop. Mental note there. And then also add Nord. All right, with those, let's push Nord to another workspace. All right, so these are the two side by side. We're gonna just take a look at how Nord's doing things. This one does not have font. So let's grab font, width, line margin, lines. We will not put. Columns, we will also not put. I also kind of like how this one showed icons. I don't know why VS Code's or Codium's not actually showing my icons, but oh well. We can come back to that. We can see if we want to do icons or we want to just do the active execute window. We might change the name of this too. And because most people want drun and they won't care about regular run. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, you know what? I like the way this config and this layout looks. I think we're gonna go like this. What are we missing? Yeah, we're just gonna replace a lot of this stuff. Location, center, padding, 10. So west, west, height. Let's give it... Ooh, I wonder if I could give a pixel count. Nah, I don't want to give a pixel count. Probably want to do... No padding. Border radius, though. Grab that. And we do... I bet there's like a top padding that we can put in here as well. Yeah, font support for... I don't know why Codium didn't grab it automatically. Like, in Vim, it would show the icon. Something to look at, though. Spacing. Okay, that's fine. So we have message. We have message over here. It's not there. That's fine. Grab message, put that in under mailbox. Input bar. I like this input bar better anyways. Gonna put that in here. Gonna a little Frankenstein this guy. Entry prompt case indicator. Again, I don't think that's over here. I feel like this config over here was just not quite fully baked. I don't even see prompt either. All right, good enough. All right. Element. This is where the magic happens. Take this element. Put that in there. Then I think for the rest of this should be good. Make sure normal background is declared. I think that's the one last thing. I have input bar right here. Prompt. Yeah, I think it's just this entry. I don't think I ever declared normal background. I think that's the last of this old config. I went about this like such a haphazard way. Oh well. Let's see what we get. Well, that's different. That is very different. Yeah, I need to make a distro. I mean, honestly, I just kind of want to make a distro for folks that want to do what I do, and then just kind of have everything in a more organized format to where you're not downloading a bunch of packages. Everything just kind of is baked in, but it's not like just tossed together either. I feel like this... I wonder if I could just take this entire... Let's just take this whole thing. Let's just grab this whole deal. And then for... Because... I think really what I could do here just take a couple icons here, like sidebar mode. I think we could take that, put that like right here, and then take the, where's that declared? I think it's window. I'm gonna just grab a couple things. Bear with me, it's gonna look good. Orientation, I think is what we need. Location and anchor west. Location and anchor west. I like the transparency. Height mode and everything's not declared. Spacing 0. Orientation and children. That. See, I feel like this is a better look. Let's see what we get. I mean, nah. I still don't like it. Obviously, location anchor should be top. Location anchor. I want to say top would be. Let's see if we can anchor that to the top. Then we'll start carving it up a little bit better. I like the overall look more than that, and probably want to take the width down too. Probably width. I like 22% on that we had. So let's go width. And then I want to say that was just be top. Oh, oops. All right, we'll go. I think it was 22%. So it won't take up so much of the space. And then let's see if we can't go anchor top. I don't know if that's the right syntax. Let's see. Okay, yep. It'd be north. All right, syntax gonna be selecting floating point number or calculation, invalid property. This is probably the width, line 68, column 2. Yeah. So it's, oh wait, we didn't put a semicolon. Dirt. All right, that's looking not great. Let's take out the width. Still nothing. What if we do north up here? Close. The anchor should be west. Nope. We've tried location west, location. It seems just a bit off here. Try something with the padding. It's not terrible. It's better than what it was, but also the brightness of this, like I like the selection to the blue, but the regular one, not a fan. So let's go and fix that. Yeah, I guess I could try east, but I think that's going to just offset it. I don't think you can. It might be a bug in this version too, but if you just do like east for the location, anchor north, it's just anchored improperly. So, I mean, That's not gonna work. We'll do north for now. Let's add some padding at the top though. Can we do top padding? I don't know if this is a value. Let's just add it and then we'll run because we have a valid run right now. Let's just go top padding. Maybe it's top dash padding. Again, I don't know if this is a valid command or not. Oh no, that works. Kinda. Let's look up the commands from Rofi over here though. Let's come back to Rofi, look up, does it have a wiki? Let's see, maybe they have a wiki. All right, so configure, does it have padding? Nope, no padding. I mean, it's looking better than when we started, to say the least, but not great. Guess we can look at more scripts. It's kind of cool, like all the things people make. This is like all the extensions you can add onto Rofi. We'll get into power menu here in a second, but there was also like Rofi Wi-Fi menu too. Yeah, Rofi Network Manager. Need to take a peek at that. Some other stuff too. So we'll take a peek at both of those. But first, I want to get this thing going right. Maybe I just look at some more themes, I guess. All right, let's look at, let's see what this breeze theme is. That's just a center Rofi menu. Not gonna get me what I want. Although, what's this guy look like? Yeah, this is what we're looking at. I like ours better. We just need to, you know what we could do? Probably do like a highlight on the border. I do like that layout, how it selects better instead of changing the text. Let's see. Let's take a peek at its RASI file. Just get, like, forget this. I mean, it's just not grabbing that padding. I could figure out a way to do that. Probably don't even need sidebar mode on. Let's see what that does when we take that off. Yeah, I didn't think it would do anything. It's not really using sidebar mode. I mean, we could just grab this. Still. Yeah, let me look at the Rofi menu from Endeavor OS. Why reinvent the wheel? Let's see. I bet they have a GitHub. I think pretty much every distro has to have a GitHub. See if I can't find i3WM setup. Endeavor. Key map codes, cool. Kind of like how they have everything set up. Log out menu. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's just a centered Rofi config. Frankly, I like the Arc theme a little bit better than the Endeavor one. Let's just grab this. We'll just get this guy, and we might change some of this around a little bit. Kind of like that north theme though. North. Can we center the north? Is what I want to know. I don't know. Is that what? Oh! Yikes. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I think that's let's just switch out of that. Huh. That's some weird. There's some weirdness going on there. Where's the alternating though? I thought I overwrote the whole file. Yeah. Yeah, because this is what Endeavor's doing, just to... I guess that theme's not bad. I don't know if I like it. I mean, it's not... Yeah. It's a good starting point, I guess. Let's grab this theme, I guess, and see how that does. It could also be the fact I'm adding icons in. No, that's got icons. Let's see. Let's go into Rofi. Where are you at? Oh, okay. Look at that. They're just putting it all in the one main file there. They're not really doing much in the way of a config. Oh, I kind of like that. And then they do the config from here. I mean, that's a bit cleaner. All right, let's grab this and see what we got. Then we can change the colors around using just the colors file. And then let's grab, what's that one? Then we'll just grab this other one, right? Dark transparent colors is what it was grabbing, right? What's the import on this? Yeah, dark transparent colors. So then when we add that, all right. So this is, I don't know, what do y'all think? I mean, that's not bad. I think Endeavor's doing a pretty good job with this. Doesn't really match the theming so much. We could take this and go sidebar with it, maybe. I mean, it's not that far off, though. Yeah. I think we'll roll with that for a second. I don't necessarily hate it. Let's work on the power menu now. What are we doing for our power menu? Let's come back into, what did I do with that? Was it 5? Oh, that's right. Okay. So it's launching this power menu. I believe everything's set here. Shutdown commands. All that looks good. Confirm exit. I don't really like confirming my exit though. So if shutdown's chosen, just how about we just do that? Oops, undo that. Shutdown's chosen. I think that actually has to be. Does that work? I want to say I think let's just try it. Save that out. Shutdown. Yeah. That works. Oh, crap. 1 second. My bad. All right, well, neat. We'll fix some of the highlight colors in this too. So this is where I was talking about on the Discord startup, because it should wait for internet, then launch Discord, and then flip into here. Because if I just let it sit for a second, eventually it'll connect, and then Discord will launch, which is not the way I want it to do. Maybe not. Yeah, see, there it goes. All right, so this kind of works. We need to clean this up a little bit, though. I don't like this orange. And the colors are off. It's not the Nord theme, which... See, this matches pretty good. So now we just got to change the colors, get rid of this ugly highlighting, remove this built-in, I don't know what you call it, configuration from the menu file, and then we'll have a very clean system. So what was that? Rofi power menu and power menu. Let's see what we got. So first off, let's remove the confirmations. We don't need any confirmation. And then we'll just do... that's good. And i3 lock. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just undo that. I kind of like having the option for better lock screen or i3 lock. I kind of think that's cool. Suspend. Huh. Fair enough. We got. All right. And then log out. It should detect the session. I mean, honestly, we just need BSP quit. We don't. I mean, I'll leave it just in case someone switches to open box or whatnot, but doesn't matter. Finish. Get rid of that. All right, that looks like a pretty streamlined shutdown script. Now to make it pretty. It's using Rofi theme message RASI. Oh, wait, no. That's for the message. You can delete that. Confirm exit. Rofi, D menu, fixed lines. Are you sure? Don't even need to. I don't even think that's called anywhere. All right, yep, that's not called anywhere. So we can just go delete. And now, what theme are we grabbing is the big thing. Drop circle is what the theme we're using. We will change drop circle. We'll actually change the way this is structured too, so we don't need all these options. Clean it up, right? Let's just go .config and Rofi power menu, and we just need styles. Are we even grabbing styles in here? I don't think we are. There's Nordic though. Yeah. It's fine. So we'll just uncheck everything but drop circle. What about drop square? Let's look at that too. Maybe we don't do circles. I think it's more squared with a little bit of a round on the edge would be the best. So let's try drop square real fast. Let's just go, what? Drop square. Save that out. What's going on? Now it's still drop circle. Ah, caps lock. Gets me every time. Yep. Save. I need to get better about my trends. Moving around, not using Vim to its potential. All right, so we have that. Drop square. I mean, I kind of like the square better. It feels more cleaner to me. Now let's fix the colors. We'll do like maybe the Nordic followed with like a little bit lighter shade, kind of like what you see in the title bar here. So if we look at our Codium, yeah, I could add a 1 minute timeout to that. This is Linux. It's just vanilla Debian. So you're looking at it. It's just vanilla Debian with SID. Nothing too crazy. So we have this working, but let's fix the colors. So for our style on drop square, I'm going to go that way with it. So let's just come into Rofi again and power menu. And we're just going to remove drop circle. I honestly did not like the look of it. I like the drop square better. So we have drop square. This is where we fix some of this stuff. So it looks like it's grabbing colors for the styles, but for whatever reason, it's not the right style. Yeah, so it's grabbing foreground, background, alt. And nah. So everything's defined in colors RASI, which if I remember, let's go LL, styles, colors.rasi, which if you look at colors, it should reference Nordic. It does. And then if you look at Nordic, that isn't right. Right? Let's take a look at, oh, where would those RGB values? I think it's actually just in X resources. Did I do an import? Xnord. Why do those RGB values look off? It's 8 instead of 6. It's a little odd, right? The reason why I didn't choose awesome was because BSPWM, you can do bash scripting. So my idea was if I wanted to automate everything, well, I can just write a bash script. So if you click on anything in here, I can say, okay, run this script. So if you click on this little power button up here, it'll run this specific script, which right now we're working on the styling of where it match and be a little more universal. Or you click your little start menu and it'd run a Rofi with this predefined deal, which is cool. Or I can even make it to where if you use a scroll bar, it just kind of moves through the windows. Or if you click a specific window, it goes to that window. But everything can be scripted. So that means if I run into a problem, let's say I want to mute my audio, that runs like a mute command. But I've added stuff for laptops to where you go to click this, it would run like a network config, those types of things. So everything would be kind of like at your fingertips. And BSPWM is very good for this. Now, I'm still a noob when it comes to bash scripting. I just know that I can elevate and learn the skills I need to completely like fill everything in. So that's why BSPWM instead of awesome. A background music stream beats, specifically synthwave from Harris Heller. He's on YouTube as well. Oh, the A is the alpha. Thank you so much. I was not sure that. So it's RGBA and FF is the alpha level. Good to know. So now we just got to fix this. And if we look, I want to say for this one, this is the script right here. we can do a vim of .config BSP, and the big things here that we're utilizing is, oh, actually we want polybar, not BSP. So background is that, foreground. Do I have background and foreground specified? Foreground's 4, and then background is 0. The foreground's going to be very bright though. Yeah, so this right here, foreground. No. Don't like it. Let me look at the palette. I know X Resources has a palette. I think I can just eyeball it. Did I just put Pally? Been playing too much Diablo 2, man. That's great. All right, Nord Resources. Actually, let's just do Nord X Resources, so people, it's not trying to reference a company. All right. So 0 should be there. We might just be able to do the include and then specify the colors. That'd probably be the way to do it. But I don't know why this is off. I mean, it's Nordic, but that's not the same color scheme. So this is pulling Nordic, but not. Bugs me. And I don't know if this is going to take a include. Could. Thanks, John. Appreciate the sticker. The super chat. Yeah, everything in Linux, the beauty of Linux is distributed under a GPL3 license. So if I do anything, you pretty much have to, I think I'm required by law to make sure everything's still open source. So everything will be under GitHub once I'm finished. Right now, how I'm developing is I do a lot of teardowns, meaning I'll put everything in there, just kind of throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks, what looks good, and then I do the commit. And if you look at, actually, probably a better way to show this would be in the actual file explorer. So what I do for like polybar, so polybar is the top bar, SXH KD is my hotkeys, BSPWM's the window manager, that's kind of what makes all this happen. Kitty is my terminal. Rofi is the menus that you see. That's Rofi, and this also utilizes Rofi heavily. And all those are actually there, and they're piped or actually symbolically linked to my GitHub project. So when I'm doing these commits or I'm saving this real time, it's going right to my GitHub project. Now everything else here is just programs and stuff I'm just trying out. And then if I want to add that, I'll probably clean up that folder a little bit and then commit it back to GitHub. And that's kind of how I develop. And that's just how I'm kind of making things. And then when I'm on my laptop, I just pull down the changes. It's set up exactly like this. And then I can see how well these changes work on a laptop. And laptop's going well. I mean, it's easy to pull a lot of this in. I've already deleted the system on my laptop like 2 or 3 times, just trying to get that down. But that's the gist of how this is going, and it's just little tedious things, getting it just right. And then it'll be optimizing the workflow. I'm not sure on my prompt here. I don't really like this prompt. Probably will reset Starship. Do I have that Starship Tommel? Uh-oh. Launch. It's launching in Notepad. That's funny. Yeah, no. Where's my mime list? Why is it launching in Notepad? That is so weird. Yeah, so I don't have anything in my mimes list. Thought I did. Apparently not. Anywho. I digress. So this one right here will be that background of the devices on here. Yeah. Let me think about that for a second. Yeah, everything's going to be open source. Everything will have that there. I think it's even under an MIT license, but I don't even know. Like I said, it'll be on GitHub, so it's not like it's going to be locked somewhere. All right, this is the Nord palette. Just close that. Let's just don't save. Let's open just like the .config folder. It's gonna be like, that's everything. So that's the drop square. And if we go into styles, we got Nordic right here. And then I need to open Polybar scripts or config. See, Polybar's not using any kind of include at the top. That tells me I should be able to get away with doing maybe like colors, background, foreground. Should be able to do this. If I can do that, that should be... no, I can't do that. Because it still needs to add the FF. Because this uses alpha. And this, I believe, is going to use... Can we echo it? I think that's a global variable. Maybe not. Yeah. How's it grabbing these colors, I wonder? And maybe Polybar loaded somewhere else in the line. I don't see an include for my Nord. Maybe because it's grabbing from X resources. Still. Hey, what's up, John? I have Ramina installed on my Linux machines, but can't figure out how to connect to my Windows 11 machine. Any advice? That's probably a setting in Windows 11. If you look, there's actual firewall. If you go start run or just hold the Windows key and press R, you can do wf.msc. This will launch into Windows Advanced Firewall. From there, scroll down to remote desktop. And then from remote desktop, just make sure that those are allowed through the software firewall that's built into Windows. And then you need to also verify that you have RDP enabled. So I think it's sysdm.cpl from start run. This will pull up the old remote command, and then you can just hit the advanced tab, go into the remote section, and you should be able to enable any remote for that system. If you got all that, you might need to play that back. But yeah, your RDP is probably turned off, John. And then you can also get tripped up by network settings too in Windows. Sometimes, depending on how you're doing, if you're using a local account or a Microsoft account, obviously, how you want to authenticate your RDP is a whole different matter. Yeah. So this is all color 0. Let's get to moving something. I think on this one, just change this around. That'll at least fix the background. Then I gotta figure out this little bar right here too. Let's see how this looks. It seems to fix it, right? Yeah, that matches the color. So now we just gotta make this light color. Oh hell, is that the light color? Or is that the dark color? I got this light like right here. 1 second. Yeah, that's a dark color. I'm going crazy. Maybe. Yeah, that's the dark color though. So now I'm gonna grab this light color. Foreground. So now we have the selected that we need to change up a little bit. We look at our comp file here. So usually, I think the separator right there. Let's take a look at that module. That should tell us. Colors background. Well, actually, colors background. What's that specified as? Colors background. XRD background. Nord 0. Okay. Well. Shade 16 for the tray background. What's shade 16? XRDV color 0. It's still the same color. All right, separator, colors background, colors background. Yeah, so that's gonna be the lighter shade. I think we make up our own shade probably for that then. We'll just brighten it up a little bit. It doesn't need to be a crazy difference on the... I just don't want it being purple with this orange line. So that gives me an idea. So what I'll probably do is just grab this, and then for the foreground's the white. We'll keep that. Border is this ugly orange. we're going to fix that. We're not going to be even given an option. And what we'll do for that border, we'll probably bring this up to like a 6, 6, 6, 6. I think that should keep it somewhat in line. What's that look like now? Looks like poo. I chose the color of poo. All right, yeah, that's not attractive. Let's go 4s. We're just gonna go with a little dark gray with a little highlight, a little accent. Actually, you know what? I might brighten that up to like an A or a B. Let's just go. I'm feeling a little bit brighter here. I think we do that, and we can do the C's for the alternate colors. I mean, it's pretty simplistic, but you get the idea. All right, that's fine. And now for the selected, let's fix that. Probably do just a light gray. Probably 9s. And then 7s. So now we should have a little too bright. 5s. A little darker. Go 4s. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what y'all think. I mean, you're only going to do this like once or twice, but I think that's pretty clean. Actually, it should match this text. That's what it should match. Let's grab this text from our polybar. Custom text. What module is that? That's going to be active window, X window. So let's find X window in here. Give me X window. All right, label's going to be title, format. What shade is that? It's going to be shade 14. Shade 14 is going to be specified as color 14. If we look at color 14, that's this guy right here. So we're going to grab that, and we're going to just change that to our foreground actually is going to be that. I'm not going to give any. So now. Oh, whoa. That's not the color. Oops. I did 13, not 14. I was like, wait, that's not the color. That's not it. Help if I remember the number, huh? All right, now. I mean, that's still not it. Is it? No, that's the clock. That's the clock over there. Huh. All right, let's go X window. That's odd. Because format prefix is shade 14. And shade 14 over here is this. Let me look. Maybe it was a alpha level, maybe. Yeah, that's it. Alpha level messed it up. So if we go FF. Now. Save it? Nope. Interesting. That is shade 14. Maybe it's shade 15 and it's just like labeled incorrectly. I don't know. That's weird. I probably should just have like a color picker on my screen so I can just grab these colors at will. That would be the way to do this. Oh well. It's Nord 7? Is it? Let's see. Chat's saying Nord 7. Color 14 is Nord 7. Ah. Well, thanks, chat. Everybody's screaming at me. Yeah. Yes. That's the ticket. Y'all are awesome. All right, pick color picker. I agree. But now we have a little bit of uniformity. Everything kind of matches. So that's our power menu. And we'll just give it like a reboot. Double click. No such file or directory. All right, power menu, config. What are we doing there? Let's take a peek at our reboot command, shall we? So our reboot command, what are we doing for reboot? The lock screen. Oh, never mind. Somehow I didn't save this out, guys. Oh well. All right, save now. So now we hit this, we click reboot. Perfect. All right, so our power menu is pretty much set. We can do better lock scene or i3. We got the options. What's the next thing we got on the agenda? We pretty much got everything. The run, start menu, basically. We can just do either Windows R to pull up the Rofi menu, or we can just click the top left. Oh, and then my Discord error. We got to fix that. Because it's not waiting on startup for that. Which I'm not sure. How do we want to script that? Script to ping DNS. Bash script, I should say. Just wait for that. Well. Let's see what we got here. Test DNS, blah, blah, blah. That's some ugly formatting on this Tech Toolbox site. Guess we could just like ping Google, and then if it does have something, we could do something like that. Yeah, color preview extension. I need to do that. I think we're pretty much done with a lot of the colors, though. Another thing is needing to look up a way to set the max character count. So, like, if you get like a crazy long thing, it's gonna push out this section here. So that's a little bit of a bug I need to be aware of. I think probably like Discord doesn't have it. Synergy. Yeah, because it shows the title of the window. And some of these titles are going to be very long. So that does interfere. See, you can't even access, like the power menu is kind of pushed off. You take a peek at that. Could do like an NS lookup of Google too. Type. So let's see. 0 means host reachable. So what we could do is we could just ping 1.1.1 while echo does not equal 0. It's a little, I guess that's not too bad. So we should be able to do like a little bash statement for that. We'll create like a little file to test this out. Let's just test.sh. And we're just going to create a little test script here. And we'll just do like, I think we can just do, no, I think it's, let's go ping 1.1.1 not equal. Nah, we got to do a do while. That's just a straight up if statement. Or like do while. I think we gotta do 2 ping 1, and then I think it's not equal. Do while not equal. See my new bash scripting. Do while bash script do while not equal. Equal. That's strings though. This is gonna be numeric. That's not gonna work. Might be able to do that. Do like a B, yeah. I don't probably need to do like declare a variable right here. Dash net, no, yeah, not equal. Any, probably want to do so if we look at, do I still have that one script up? No, I don't. Exit code for ping result. So you do, I don't know if I can pipe all of this into here. Let's see. We can try it. Oh, thanks, Alex. Appreciate it, man. So Let's see what that get. I don't think that'll work. I feel like that's wrong. Let's just... Yeah, I didn't think that... I think we have to put it... Yeah, I felt like that was wrong. In my new bash scripting. I feel like we have to enclose this entire thing in like a... What, like... Single quote like that? Probably. So, still don't think that'll do it. Yeah, ping not found. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Dash. That's it. Yeah, or you can close the statement in that. All right. So we're just gonna go like this. I like Dash's point. I think we can still... We're just gonna take Dash's script, but we're gonna do it in a do while loop. So we're just gonna enclose this in like that. We need to do C, otherwise this is gonna take forever. So it only says, hey, give us one result. C equals 1. And then we delete this, and then not equal to 0, because I believe 0 is the exit code for successful return. So that done, should be fine. Let me make sure my syntax for the do while loop's right, because again, do while bash script. Stack Overflow. All right, yeah, we got a little bit of a syntax error here, right? Done. Finished. What's that do? Unexpected. Oh, is that not it? Maybe it is finished, right? Or fee? Or maybe it just needs to be enclosed in brackets. I think it's brackets. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hope everybody's enjoying seeing me flounder around in here. Yeah. I got it now. Just needed a refresher. What did I do wrong? Single bracket, maybe? I think single bracket should do it. Something like that. What do you think, chat? Yeah. Single bracket. No. Expected token done. Where is my while loop jacked? There's nothing to do. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Let's just spam the hell out of it. If this doesn't work, it's going to spam like no other. too many arguments in line 3. Needs some... Okay, yeah. I did that, but too many arguments in line 3 here. So, it doesn't like my ping command. How to run that? Know what we can do? No. Oh, here's the way to do it. We're gonna take what? This. And then we're just gonna take it up here and put ping result equals, and then put it there, right? Oops. Nope. Ah, crap. Did I wipe that out? I wiped it out. All right, I need to look at my Vim bindings. I did something to my Vim bindings to where it just is like, nope. Whatever. I feel like that's not gonna give the result, I think. And this should just be ping result. Yeah, we'll do it conditional, John. That's what I am gonna do. So what I'll do is we'll yank this line. Ah, well, come on. Then we just put this line. Ah, come on. Why is my yanks not working? Okay, there it goes. And then I'll rerun it with that. Probably need to delay it though. Nah, I think it should be fine. But I think the PC... We do like a ping -C1. We're just going to type this in console real fast. And then echo... What was it? So with that, I think we need that echo command. Otherwise, you don't get it. So the echo $? Should give us the exit command, and we want to make sure that that is what it's grabbing. Yeah. I don't need the echo. You can just leave it there. Everybody's saying. Let's see. Okay, cool. Which is what you need to test. All right, so that should be fine, except that we're missing a dash in the ping C. Let's add that in there and there. So that should bring us one result. Does it go? Is that good? Does that work? Line 4, too many arguments. Line 4, too many arguments. I love how everybody's going back and forth here. You need a value after the C. Yeah, John, if you look here, we do have a value after the C. It's just kind of hard to see. But there is a space 1. So we have a space 1, and then we're pinging Cloudflare's DNS of 1.1.1. So maybe not equal 0. So I think we need to output ping result here. So I am not seeing what this is doing. But let's see, what if we echo ping result? Because really, if we test this out, Okay, so it's grabbing that entire line. See, guys, that's why I was like, I think we have to do the $ that. So the proper way to do it, that's what the result is actually grabbing. So our variable for ping result is getting all of the output. Maybe we can do ping without output, or just output the exit command, which we could just could write directly to ping result. Yeah, line 5 right here is not done, and we can just remove that. Yeah, this is BSPWM, custom. We're just working on some startup of BSPWM right now. Earlier in the stream, we were doing the power menu, which we pretty much finished. So this is the new power menu of this. And then we also did our start menu, which we can do through start run, or just Windows R or mod key R, or you can click over here to get it too. So that's kind of what we've done so far in the stream, just for those joining us. Now what's happening is on startup, Discord is not waiting for an internet connection, and when it's launching, it's just kind of like globbing it right into workspace 1. I want a very clean workspace right when I boot up, even though all my other auto start, like Synergy, Variety, some other ones will get pushed into workspace 9. I want Discord pushed into workspace 6, and then once all that's done, workspace 1, which is the browser, is going to be empty. And then, so I just start up my computer and everything's already open, everything's ready, set. But the big thing here is I want to wait for the internet to get turned on before trying to launch Discord, because what's happening is Discord will sit there and retry, and then it finally launches, and then it launches into workspace 1. It's a kind of a nitpicky thing, but I don't like it. I want it all streamlined. So yeah, ping result I think should be $? But how we get there, I think, should be, we could do this, and like I said, I'm no bash expert here, guys. I'm a noob. So what I think we could do is like a echo $? And then push that out to ping result, or export ping result equals $? I mean, I'm just guessing at this point. I mean, that's possible that could work, right? Hey, what's up, Ikari? Yeah, oh yeah, Creeper. I like that one better. So let's undo all this. I like that. So we have this, but instead of it showing the output, I like what Creeper's suggestion was. We actually output that to dev null, which puts the regular output to nothing. And then we can do a echo question. And then I think that will do it. So if we yank this, we can put that over here, delete this, put that there. I could just do the question mark directly in the while, no echo needed. That's what I do for the Discord restart on Crash script. Yeah, that's actually what I'm dealing with right now, Hikari, is hit Discord. Launching Discord on startup. So you don't even need the script, is basically what everybody's saying here. So I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be. Although I think this script should work right now. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, I got there, but it's not exactly the prettiest script in the world. But that's exactly what it does. So there's a functional script, but what everybody else is saying to do. Yeah, it's interesting to see all the different ways to accomplish something. This script does work now, though. Yeah, whenever I say, like, Arch is not as stable as Debian, it's just because users are the ones that make it unstable. I mean, I guess that's true with any operating system, right? But it's very true with Arch. Like, if you start downloading a bunch of stuff from the AUR, it's just going to break. It's just a matter of time. All right, let me check Discord. Oh, Gary. Oh, that's a cool little script. I like how that works. $sign question mark directly. So you just execute and then you just do that. That's a lot cleaner. But this is... Hell, I don't know. Is that cleaner? While true, do... Because I've always been taught, whenever you're doing loops, you never want to do like an exit or a break while the loop. You actually want to set a condition in the while loop, as far as like whenever you learn top-down programming. So technically, I think this would be too hacky, Hikari. I think this version of the script would actually be a bit more proper, even though it's a bit more wordy, I should say. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Chat, what do you all think? I don't know proper bash syntax, so what I'm thinking is back to like C++ days from like 20 years ago. That's I don't know how relevant some of my coding knowledge is these days. So usually you'd want to set a while loop, at least how I learned, was while loops have to be condition statements. You never want to do a break or an exit directly in them. Yeah, it works. But I mean, I still like to know what's the best. Like, what's the most efficient, proper way of doing it when coding something. Nothing wrong from breaking from a loop, says Joe. Yeah, it restarts. That's true. So you always want that going. So I guess that would make a lot more sense, Hikari. All right, well, let's try this script out. I'm happy with what our results are. So this right here is pretty much what we want. All right, I do need to fix my darn Vim syntax. It is driving me crazy. But till I do that, we're just gonna go old school here. We're gonna go Codium. I'm going a little too crazy. Let's just switch back to Codium. I haven't given up on Vim. I like Vim. It's just it doesn't like me sometimes. Just gotta show it a love. Just a couple more years and I'm gonna be there. I just know it. Just need to put in the time. Let's go BSPWM. And we're going to set this script up right around here. Let's delete this. Actually, let's just take this, put it right here. And that'll wait for that. Discord will pop up. It'll wait a little bit. And then that should fix any of my problems that I'm having with Discord not launching. So it'll literally just sit in Workspace 9 while it waits for the internet. Then once it can ping out to Cloudflare, it'll switch the desktop to 6, launch Discord. Once Discord launches, it will just go ahead and sleep for about 2.5 seconds. That's enough time for the main window to pop up after it reads the process. And then it'll switch to Workspace 1, and I'll have a nice, clean system on startup. So let's do that, right? Let's give it the old reboot and see if we get a proper startup here. This is a little excessive. I don't think this customization, I don't think many people are going to really care about. But it's more of, if we can do it, I mean, we might as well. So yeah, this BSPWM should be... That's the whole reason I am choosing BSPWM is for the scripting purpose, because I want to make sure everything's automated. So it should just stay here for a second and go, hey, do you have internet? No internet yet. It'll just get stuck right here until internet launches Discord, and then over to a nice clean desktop. Nailed it. Yes. An efficient startup script. All you need to do is spend an hour coding that. Well, I mean, frankly, it's more about the learning experience than actually doing it, to be frank. This is more just me messing around, being able to figure it out. But that looks good. So then it launches all the programs I use. Everything's in its own little custom workspace. And if I go to like launch GIMP, should go switch over and follow it to Workspace 8. No, it didn't. Why didn't it do that? No. But if I launch GIMP from up here, does it do it? Nah. Why isn't my follow working here? So that's an interesting little bug. I like my follows. What happened with my follow? Launch GIMP desktop 8, follow on. BSP. So it's something with how Rofi's doing with a D run. Oh yeah. I mean, my computer's kind of worthless with the internet down, isn't it? Yeah, these will all be available. We can actually do a commit right now, just in case somebody like listening to the stream wants to do this. GitHub desktop. Let's see, is there anything crazy in here? Bunch of deletes. Look at all this cleanup I did. Power menu, switch to square, change Nordic up a little bit, side tabs, change that. Going from a combi menu to a D run. I think that going from the combi to the D run messed with this a little bit. We might have to play with that, and then I just deleted like an old Wine HQ key that's not needed. So this is more of a cleanup and theme setup. Let's commit that, push those. So with that push done, If you guys want any of this, it should be in Gits, in the old Gits of the hub. And where's Debian, Titus? I got too many repositories. Yeah, so if you go into dot files, this is all the dot files I've configured so far. So if you look at, like, we just did this weird script for pinging. And if you look down here, it should already have self-committed it. Yeah, right here. So you can see as I change my environment and then I just do one commit, my GitHub gets updated like that. So it makes it very easy. Like some stuff, though, is a little bit more personal. Like this is just commented out right now. And I probably will re-enable this. This is how I'm using my drives to mount. And I probably am going to just... I made systemd services for all my drive mounts for like Final Cut Pro and all these other things I use. That's going to be more personal, though. But yeah. So you can come here and grab this, which I'll just paste in chat so you guys have it. But pretty cool. Pretty cool. Like lots of progress on that. We're just slowly chipping away. Late at night, I'll pull up my laptop and try out a lot of these to make sure it's a little more uniform. Let me catch up with chat here. I'm not sticking with Nano. Get out of here, Michael. Nano's garbage. So there's all that. Anything else we got in here? Any questions? It could be case sensitive on the GIMP. I bet we could do like an or statement, Alex, on that. Or maybe just make 2 rules and do that as well. Combi is better than drun if you ask me. Combi row file will work more similarly to Spotlight if you ask us. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch it over from drun to Combi, Hikari. I like your point. I like Combi better as well. Switch to systemd boot. I did that, but a lot of people are still using legacy boot, so I use grub more for full consistency. Gloop, thanks so much for the super chat. Oh my gosh. Rude. But thanks for the money anyways. Afternoon, Chris. Thanks for everything on the website. Oh, appreciate it, Charles. That's awesome. I'm glad we could get that worked out, man. I remember you from chat the other day, and I was like, oh, I remember Charles. Port to Arch. Yeah, so most of this, like when you get into the window management stuff, like what we're doing, building our own like basic desktop environment, basically, is porting a lot of the Arch-based stuff to Debian. There's actually very few people that use Debian and a window manager. It's pretty rare. Almost, I guess most of the people in the Linux realm that love window managers are usually on Arch. It's kind of rare to run a window manager on Debian. At least from what I'm seeing, my gauge of it, which is kind of surprising. Will this make Arch Titus obsolete? No. So Arch and Debian are so different. Like I said, it just depends on you as a user. I've pretty much like said, hey, Linux gaming's just not quite where I want it to be, so I'm just going to run a Streambox, and I'd rather use Debian for the stability, where I'm not installing many packages. And that's kind of where I'm going for. Debian's more of like, hey, I want a really good base, stable operating system, and I want to build around that everything that I've used on Arch over here on Debian. And the cool thing about Arch is you can install pretty much anything and everything you want, which is great. A noob can do this. So you don't have to have practically any knowledge to install whatever you want on Arch, for better or worse. And that's where I kind of wanted to be like, hey, I want to get like a window manager that's more noob friendly and more on a stable setting. And that's like the whole purpose of this project. But also to just learn, that's the cool thing too. Like today, learning bash script to do a persistent ping until it would actually register, hey, I see the Cloudflare DNS, and then continue on the script, doing that little do while. I mean, that was cool. I mean, there's a lot of practical application in that script, even though for what we used it for, hey, don't launch Discord until we can get internet. It was kind of a little silly, but that's okay. That's the fun thing. Hikari, our work server has been running for 150 and 298. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Our old server, the longest uptime I've seen, I think, was a CentOS server with a little over 10 years on. I think it was CentOS. I think it was CentOS 5 or 6. Nah, I think it was 6. But yeah, CentOS has some insane uptimes. Yeah, I'll release the ISO. I don't know when. It's more of, I don't want to release an ISO to the public that isn't done, at least in some kind of functional state. Well, all this can be done right now, and you can actually take what I'm doing right now and put it in a Debian system. It's just there's some customized stuff to it that I need to think through. Specifically, I think probably next week we're not going to have any live streams just because it's Thanksgiving week. I got a lot of stuff going on, but the week after I'll pick it back up. Every Tuesday, Friday is when I run these two, guys. Just a heads up for those that love the live streams. Just know for Thanksgiving break, we're not going to have any live streams. Yeah, CentOS was great. If you want to replicate CentOS these days, I always recommend Rocky Linux. The original developer, the original creator of CentOS made Rocky Linux after Red Hat and IBM bought CentOS out and then ruined it. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Edwin. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Does this work? Nope. Oh, no, it does. There it is. It was like, did I set it back up after the stream crash? Yeah, it did work. Sweet. Alma Linux versus Rocky. Oh, what is... I don't even think I've used Alma Linux. So I really don't think I can give you a good... What's it based off of? Let's see. Alma Linux, free open source Linux. It's based off RHEL. Wow. Okay, so Alma Linux is very similar to what we have in Rocky Linux. Oh, that's cool. I mean, more the merrier. I mean, we freaked out when we lost CentOS, right? So it's best, because for a while there we had Scientific Linux and then we had CentOS Linux, and we were always like, well, Scientific, CentOS, they're all pretty close to the same. They do the same thing. So then Scientific team was like, I guess we're going to shut down. CentOS got this. And then like CentOS got owned by Red Hat, or got bought out by Red Hat, and then IBM bought Red Hat, and then they killed CentOS and made CentOS Stream the worst distro, just completely ruining CentOS. And then we didn't have anything, so then everybody was scrambling in the Linux community to make up for it. But that's cool. So we got Alma Linux, which there's Alma Linux I'm looking at. That's cool. It's like a Rocky Linux style thing, which is neat. I'll have to try it out. I have never used it. That's neat though. More the merrier. One of his old workspaces renovated and ended up accidentally building their servers into a wall, and it was found again. What? That's nuts, man. I wonder if it's plugged in. That would be even more insane. Oh my gosh. The server was still running. Oh, that's nuts. Yeah, losing CentOS was a shame. CentOS was like my first distro too. That was like my first love, man. When it comes to CentOS, when it comes to like being in Linux server, CentOS was where it was at. Like from the late 2000 late 2000s to early 2010s, CentOS is all I used for PBX boxes. It was so stable, and I even used it a lot for like lamp stacks as well back then. With all the DE stuff going on, you'd think it'd be a good idea to have something like a DE foundation. Can work on libraries and not rely on GTK GNOME. I mean, Linux desktop's always just kind of like the Wild West. And everyone's always streaming about, you know, I just love the fact that it's kind of free. It's like the last bastion of free development. Like, yeah, we could make Linux more appealing to the normies out there of the world by making a regulation and a guide sheet and putting strict things in place, but that kind of takes away from Linux as a whole, though. Like, talking to some of the people I've met over the past couple of years, it's neat. The thing that makes Linux is its uniqueness. When it becomes standardized and everything, it just, I don't know. I don't think it would be the same. That's why I also don't think anybody will really ever use Linux desktop. Linux server is like where it's at. That's where all the adoption is. And as long as that's true, Linux desktop will always just be this fun playground. It'd be like this awesome, basically Linux desktop I treat like this awesome sandbox that very few people ever play on. And that's kind of the beauty of Linux, in my opinion. Yeah, this is actually the Sennheiser HDR 175. I love this headset. It's a great headset. And it has a little charging station. So when I'm done, I just pop it on there and never have to worry about charging it up. So yeah, usually there are best practices. And there's things to do. Like, as I learn more bash scripting, I even talked to a dev that does bash scripting as like that's what he gets paid to do. You know, he is a bash scripting professional, and I even got to talk to him, and it was amazing seeing like all his tools and how he was using bash scripting. I was like, okay, well, that's awesome. And I wanted to take a lot of that foundation, start slowly incorporating it in, but a lot of it is learning the base syntax. And like, hell, I was looking up like do while loops. I mean, this is very, very beginner elementary stuff that I'm approaching in bash. So it'll be a long time before I will even know what I don't know when it comes to bash scripting. But as far as the standardization and that type of stuff, that's what's up. I'm not surprised, Luke. They wanted to get good numbers out of it. I mean, heck, just the other day, was it on Tuesday's stream, we were running Cinebench, and the numbers in Cinebench and Linux were higher than Windows. And Cinebench is a Windows-only program. So, I mean, not really that surprising. Oh, okay. Well, this is a good one, Dillinger. So, I don't really pay too much attention to the Linux desktop realm. Like, a lot of the stuff, I used to talk about adoption, a whole bunch of other stuff, mainly because Linux desktop, to me, it's just, like I said, a fun playground, basically. But it's never going to be a real contender to Windows or Mac. But for better or worse, that's just the truth. That's the honest truth. It'll never be the year of the Linux desktop. It'll never really be a true contender in the realm of like a mass market adoption. And that's okay, because Linux desktops doesn't matter. It's just there for people to have fun with, and it's a side effect of what Linux is used for. Where everyone uses Linux, where every big company uses Linux, where all the resources and everything that happens in Linux come from is Linux server. Everything in a data center is basically made on Linux. The first time I touched Linux was networking equipment. Networking equipment, almost all of it's written in Linux. I mean, most of it at least. I mean, some of it's now BSD because they have a little bit better, like, a better networking stack in some instances. But a Linux server is what everything is based on. Like Linux desktop, to me, is just Linux server with a coat of paint on top. And that's really all Linux desktop is. No, KDE, whatever, pick your flavor that you want to paint your Linux in. It's just Linux server at the end of the day. It's all based on this terminal. The terminal's amazing. Everything's there. And then it's just a whole bunch of other people just kind of cobbling together stuff on top of it and setting it on top of this server. And that is basically Linux in a nutshell to me. Linux server is what drives everything forward. Linux desktop is an afterthought or just a fun place to play. And I think everyone should at least try Linux desktop because it is so amazing to deal with. It is such a great experience. And there's so much fun to be had with technology when you deal with it. But will my mom use Linux? Or will, your neighbor down the street that just has a regular 9-to-5 job, not a techie, or doesn't care anything about this stuff? No. I mean, the only time that will ever happen is if a Chrome OS comes along, does it. Or Steam OS actually becomes good with the Steam Deck, and it's in this isolated environment that's tightly controlled. Then it can have mass stream adoption. But at that point, is it really even Linux? And that's the big thing. Thank you so much, Alex. It's okay to look stuff up. I know, man. But that's what I mean when it comes to Linux desktop. A lot of folks, I drank the Kool-Aid for the longest time. I was like, people are going to really start using it. And then I was like, nah. I mean, Mac and Windows will always have its place. And I think there'll be other companies that come along and are able to use Linux desktop for all kinds of different stuff. But then at that point, they're going to have to take away a lot of the freedom you get with Linux desktop to make it supportable. And that's just kind of how the world works. Yeah, I mean, Lava Monk, that's pretty much the gist of it. You don't really need the GUI for practically anything. I mean, you toss Xorg on it. I mean, because you can build out whatever you want. Like, heck, this whole system, look, this whole system is really not using a desktop environment. Almost everything's configured with CLI. When you get down to it, it's just BSPWM with just a couple little extensions. You actually look at the project itself, and you come in here. I'm really only using Rofi, Polybar, SXHKD for the hotkeys. BSP does the window management, and then Kitty for terminal. I mean, those are the only customizations I made. There's a couple other packages here, but we're talking like 5 packages on top of server. I installed Debian server, and then I just added these packages with some fonts and Xorg so it can render graphics. But that's all this is. There's no desktop environment, there's no settings menu. There's none of that. It's just, that's it. That's what Linux is. That's the amazing part of it. You can make it so minimal to where you don't really need anything. I think that's amazing. I love that. But I definitely get that is not for everybody. No, Mac Desktop is actually a fork of, well, it was Next Step is really where that came from, but it's actually comes from Unix, or more. I think it's closer to BSD than anything else. Linux is its own deal. Linux, BSD, Mac, those are all based off of a Unix environment, but Linux is like its own little fork, BSD is its own little fork, and then there was like this Mac fork, it's called Darwin, and then Mac's GUI's built on top of Darwin, and that's all Unix based. Very similar commands between all three, but they all have their like little nuances, but very, very close to each other. Oh no, I haven't seen Rob Braxman trying out Linux. Oh man, I love Rob's stuff. I'll have to check him out. Yeah, and I think I saw a comment was like, hey, you're talking trash. And I'm like, not really. You got to remember when, like, anything supported, like if you want to support and have mass adoption, you have to have support for the people that aren't like us. Or if you're not a techie and you're watching the stream, I'm surprised. But for pretty much everybody here is pretty technical. And for the normies out there, I mean, you got to remember, they need support. They need stuff to follow. And that's just impossible unless you take away a lot of freedom that you get with Linux. You take away the ability to change your desktop or change your desktop environment, the file manager, all these different things that we have options for. You have to take all that away and make a really tightly controlled package. And once you have that, you should be able to support it long term. That's what a lot of distributions try to do, is kind of make a complete ecosystem and then make it to where people can't break it, or maybe start to tighten down some of the update requirements. And then the more they do, the less Linux it is to me, the more of a full operating system. I don't think any distro really is 100% there. I mean, there's really ones that are pretty close. Like Linux Mint, I think is pretty close. I know a lot of people have speak highly of Elementary. I know Linux Experiment loves Elementary. And there's a couple distros that kind of come kind of close to just staying in the GUI. But at the end of the day, there's always something that you have to kind of go into the server level to fix or change around. None of these are just 100% perfect. Yeah. I mean, Linux was not a fork of Unix. It was heavily inspired by Unix. So, I mean, that's just kind of one of those things. I don't have a Discord. I think I have a Minecraft Discord. I check in every once in a while, but that's about it. Yeah, KDE Neon I've actually used. I don't really like KDE Neon. I love KDE, but KDE Neon, it has apt for the package manager, but to like update the KDE portion, it has like another package manager like slapped on top of it. And the little bit I tried of KDE Neon, I was just like, I'm out. This is a little... I'd rather just use Kubuntu at that point. Kubuntu, I think, is fantastic. Really, really good distro. I would much rather use Kubuntu than a KDE Neon. Alrighty, guys. Well, I think I'm going to shut it down for the day. Thanks for everybody stopping by. Even though we had some... Every stream, it seems like we have some kind of mishap, but... Oh, well. Maybe eventually one of these days I'll get it completely all solved. It's fun chat with everybody. Seeing everything. Seeing everybody's opinions and stuff. Like I said, it's always in good fun. Just trying to learn something, develop something. That's the big thing, is learning. Just learning new things. That's the beauty of Linux at the end of the day, and why I like being in it, because I don't just enjoy what I do. You know, enjoy how I use my computer when I'm able to build it out exactly the way I want it, which is cool. With that, guys, take it easy. I'll see y'all in the next one. Probably the next live stream, again, we'll be off all next week, and then be back the week after, starting on that Tuesday. I'll put up like a thumbnail and that time so people that go to my homepage will know. And with that, have a great weekend all, and happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see you or don't release a video before then, I think I have something coming out tomorrow, but yeah, I'll have something up. Later, all.